So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
Go to Antique Obsessions for the hottest in jewelry, antiques, repurposed, solid sterling silver, one of a kind, handmade by Bruce and Jaja. Go to our Facebook, which is Antique Obsessions, or you can go to Etsy.com and go to Antique Obsessions, one word, or type it into your Google and find us there. Thanks.
Tribal, primitive, rustic, Burning Man, punk rock. Conceptual subculture for the edgiest, most cutting-edge designs of jewelry today. Go to Etsy.com/shop/conceptual subculture, or one word, either by going to Google or search Etsy, ETSY.com, and type in one word, conceptual subculture. You will find the hottest designs using natural stones with wire wrap rings, rough, raw, genuine, semi-precious gemstone jewelry, solid sterling silver, copper, leather, orgonite, bracelets, pendants, chokers, men's copper cups with sterling accents, eco-friendly, repurposed, original, one-of-a-kind design earrings. Support MBN by going to Conceptual Subculture on Etsy.
Warning, warning, everything I say is fucking crazy and should not be reinterpreted or reenacted because you will be either shot or NDAA'd. Warning.
I thought hurricane season was over, but I had no idea that the end of the world season was just beginning.
So depressed. I don't know what to do. Hey, go for it, man. It's easy for you to say you got the promotion. Look, it'll come, all right? Just don't worry about it.
The feeling is definitely there. It's a new morning in America. Fresh, vital. The old cynicism is gone. We have faith in our leaders. We're optimistic as to what becomes of it all.
About to incite a riot. Make some noise, break up the silence. Scream and shout, no being quiet. Spread the facts until you buy it. Come to my den, I got toys for torture. We drink the blood fresh just to stay immortals. We bring a thug fest, calling all New Yorkers. And keep a bayonet for the future slaughters. Take your bets, the players make them offers. Heads or tails, your life is on a quarter. All the king's men tally up their horses, forging ahead with a secret missile launching. Off to Georgia and start to cross the borders. In my bedroom, I'm making all the orders. If you come, you won't make it till morning. Get the picture, maybe kinda sort of. Ski mask, check. Extra filter, check. Scissors, check. Duct tape, check. H2O, check. Ammo, check. Ropes, check. Receiver, check. You're gonna get it, turn in your weapons. I'm under pressure, don't you forget it. You're gonna get it, turn in your weapons. I'm under pressure, don't you forget it. I got the right moves, I know what you do. You know I love you, but I'll still sue you. Don't take your questions onto a guru. I'll keep you guessing and give you two screws. Don't try to stop me.
End of the world. Check. This is Bruce Montalvo's show. This is probably the last Bruce Montalvo show.
It is not. It is not. This is Jaja's right hand blood clot right here to his side. You know, I'm the sidekick. That's right. I'm Jaja. You know, the rapper and shit. That's right. You got me live. I'm here. I'm on point. What do you want? You know, it's not the end of the world. It's just some shit. It's a new world order trying to shake shit up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're upsetting everybody. make so much money rebuilding and then taxing on the hurricane tax, their insurance. If you're
Well, I think you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And you're broadcasting live September 22nd, 2017. I'll tell you why I said that, Jaja. Okay, because I have watched both of the Quaids, okay, the actors, and I have seen them in the End of the World twice. Two Quaids.
Yeah.
Okay, are you going to deny? Are you a Quaid denier? Okay, I saw Dennis Quaid and Randy Quaid, and the fucking world was ending, and we got a whole bunch of stuff that you have no idea that we're about to get into.
Yeah, but
it's not Hong Kong food, okay? It isn't.
Yeah, it's happening to a certain sect of people. You can't say that the Armageddon is going to be right, in 10 minutes tomorrow.
No, look. I feel like I'm Bardock from Dragon Ball Z, and I got psychic powers, but no one cares, not even my own wife. You can say, it's nothing. Yo, it's something, and I'm going to tell you what it is, okay? I feel like I got these psychic powers, and no one cares, okay? They don't care. They're going to be blown away. They're going to be blown sky high.
Everyone.
Yeah, especially in California, okay? Because they should be scared after what happened in Mexico City, all right? The mega quakes to Californians, that's just like a good vibration to them.
So you're saying there's no town, no city left untouched?
Let me tell you something. In my dreams, California is completely destroyed.
Okay, that's California.
I've been seeing California destroyed in my dreams since I was a kid, growing up there. That's why I got the fuck out of there. But guess what? Out of destruction, there will be creation, because destruction breeds creation. Okay, and earthquakes, tidal waves, guess what? They can all control them now.
Yeah. Yeah, that choo-choo train sound is very indicative.
Oh, that choo-choo train you heard during Hurricane Irma. But look, I'm seeing CNN. It's got Enye on it now.
Yeah.
CNN. It's not CNN, it's CNN. All right, CNN in Espanol. And I see the cadaver dog over there. He's like searching for people or whatever, but he should just stop his search, because that cadaver dog, he doesn't know what he's smelling.
Just a drug dog. He's not a cadaver dog.
It's all just propaganda.
Yeah, probably a drug dog. If he was a cadaver dog, he'd be going wild.
I don't know what he's out there smelling. You're right. He's out there smelling drugs. Everybody's dead. It's just a big, hubbubaloo. The CNN is lying about the body count, just like they lied about the body count during Hurricane Harvey. Houston, right? I mean, literally, we're getting intel that the bodies are just washing out to sea and being eaten up by sharks, and black people are being targeted and being taken into FEMA camps, never seen or heard from again.
When I was in Houston, I saw people from Katrina who had moved later on that migrated to Houston, actually. Straight from Katrina, they got wiped out, and then they went to Houston. So my friend pointed out years ago, she's like, look at those people. They lived in squalor, and their houses were like brown on the outside. It looked like they had a bunch of wet shit that was caught in the mud that was hanging out in front of their houses. It was like pots and it was nasty, but everything was brown. I'm not talking about their skin color. I'm talking about what they seem to like drag through the mud from Louisiana to Houston. And it was kind of sad, to see how they just were devastated. Then this happens, it happened once before that other flood in Houston, but this really fucking, Dr. Group, he lost his house.
Yeah, the doctor from InfoWars. But look, this is getting really creepy, because there are these FEMA coffins that are being investigated in Houston, and I'm looking at them right now. Massive FEMA graves caught on camera in Houston, Texas, and literally it looks like they're going to build their Illuminati pyramid
based on human bodies.
The caskets, these concrete caskets that are appearing in Houston. And if you remember, you remember those FEMA coffins, those black plastic coffins?
Yeah, in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, no, but no. Obama didn't pay freaking, how much? $500,000 to store these coffins.
Look, people are disappearing, and we don't really have names, but we heard that there were shootouts with the there was kind of a lawlessness act going on in Houston, and people were supposedly shooting at each other. Then I heard people were shooting.
Oh, it's the same thing going on as looting. There's mass looting right now in Mexico, and it's just they're killing each other.
What I've been saying is that look at those buildings in Mexico. We're watching the Spanish stations, and I'm like, I'm like, how could there be only less than 300 people dead? They're lying. I'm like, they're not pulling bodies out. They're not showing people. Like, it's really weird. But I know that what are they telling me? They cleared out the people out of the buildings. There weren't any people that really got hurt or killed. I mean, they're telling me that 300. Maybe they aren't lying. Maybe.
Well, this is what's going on. There are a bunch of liars. CNN, all right, talking about rescuing people. CNN, okay. Seriously, they're talking about rescuing people from Harvey. That was just propaganda to make you think that the government was going to take care of you. Mm-hmm. That's what it was. Okay, so we're listening to this from Intel. They're stating, they're all over the internet. These guys are working with Blackwater and PSYOPs, and they're part of the militias, and they're out there putting the intel out there that the government doesn't give a fuck about you, just like George Carlin said they did.
It's like the Georgia Guidestones, and then
precisely. Yeah, and they're saying that the government out there, instead of rescuing people from their submerged homes, the government's out there closing roads down, and they're not there to help the people. Okay, they're out there instituting FEMA camps, from what I hear. They're activating them and disappearing black people. These people are never heard from again, so the militias are out there helping out the local Texans, and they're getting into trouble with, Big Brother because of it.
And they even have Texas a barge. They have barges now.
This is the stuff right out of Rex 84, the FEMA disaster manuals. All that stuff's going down. Yeah. The Jade Hound, the Mastering the Human Domain. All right? They're trying to scratch us off like a dog scratches off a flea.
All Walmarts can become a prison camp in a second.
You see those sniper towers at the top of the fucking Walmart.
There's like holes in the
look. The NWO is looking to flush. The NWO is looking to flush us down a giant toilet, and humanity is the turd that they're flushing.
Yeah.
Okay, the intel is saying the government is allowing bodies to be eaten by sharks.
Yeah,
they're just flowing out to sea. Nobody gives a fuck about Puerto Rico. Guess what? Puerto Rico is going to be out of electricity for 4 to 6 months because they're Puerto Rico. Not that they're not America. They're already storing electricity in parts of the Keys and Florida. But Puerto Rico, they're fucked.
Yeah.
If they were fucked before, they're fuckity fuck now.
Yeah, and I even heard some of the people, the homeless people that were in the Keys, they really don't give a fuck about either. So yeah, when it comes to that,
I'll tell you what. But you want to say that September 23 and the B-roll and all this is just mumbo jumbo? Well, let's get into it. Let's get into the mumbo jumbo, the esoterica. Okay, that we're entering the age of Aquarius. Right, they're saying you have the age of Pisces. How did I know you were going to sing that while I was talking? You see, all day throughout the show, I was like, "So I'm going to say it, age of Aquarius," and she's going to sing it and laugh.
I saw her in New York a few years ago.
Anyway, people are fucking flooding everywhere. They control tidal waves. Okay, and this is probably our last show. We're probably going to die tomorrow. And everybody in California is fucked.
Montalvo was a joker.
Okay, do you know that the Bible mentions Nibiru?
The Bible.
The Bible.
But I'm a Jew.
Okay, the Jews have a fucking Bible too. It's called the Torah, and I'll get into that. Please, you're farting on my fucking show. Shut up. Okay, you want to hear a woman get slapped on air, ladies and gentlemen? Because it'll be sexist.
Live on air, then it'd be sexy.
Can I finish? You're not going to let me finish, right? Why do I even have you on air with me? You see, this is my end of the world, having you on my show. Okay. You're ending my world. Like I said, we're entering the age of Aquarius. And in the Bible, Nibiru is mentioned, as my farting co-host neglects to let me say. And you know what they mention Nibiru as? Wormwood.
Satan. Wormwood is it's called artesima. It's a certain type of
I'm on edge because we could all fucking die.
Listen,
okay.
Then maybe
Tell them what
maybe
wormwood
they're
is.
about to spray us with some kind of parasitical bacteria, and the only remedy is wormwood.
Okay, and that makes sense because who is the enemy? NASA is the enemy, and what is the logo for NASA? It is the vector sign, which symbolizes and represents parasites. The vector sign represents the parasites. So wormwood, what does it do? It kills parasites. And since the eclipse, since the Ouroboros, there have been catastrophe after catastrophe after catastrophe. But I'm not about to say it's fucking Mother Nature. Okay, this is with a little help from their satanic friends. They're using CERN. They're using the SBX-1. They're using HARP. They're using a whole bunch of players for the grand finale.
Yeah.
So there's something going on. What is this wormwood that is supposed to crash into the firmament?
Well, it's always been I don't know about crashing into the firmament. They probably are at the top of the firmament.
No, but don't you see, I said we're entering the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius is a jug
of water
overflowing or flowing into something. And that, what are we seeing? Okay, devastation. New Zealand just had an earthquake.
But honey,
6.1. Japan had an earthquake. Mexico's already had 2 megaquakes. Okay, Bangladesh is flooded. There's like over 300 plus dead. I don't care what CNN says. They're saying it's 270 something people. No, it's like probably like 400, 500, 600, 1,000, 2,000 people that literally are dead.
And what about in Puerto Rico? They're not even coming up with any numbers. Not one number.
No one cares about Puerto Ricans. At the Bohemian Grove, they have the Puerto Ricans portrayed as cockroaches with flags.
It's crazy, and you know, it just that should blow your mind because even on any major catastrophe, they're like, we have thousands of people dead. Like the Haitian earthquake, for example, we had 100,000 people, and they've not given any numbers. And you know, there have been so many deaths in Puerto Rico. It has been so crazy there. I can't believe it. It's totally fucking lawless.
What blows my mind is watching the coverage of this shit. Okay, and please let me elaborate into this because CNN, okay, is so happy. You see all the fucking reporters, all the Spanish reporters. It's like they got jealous of all the disaster. Freaking porn that CNN was dishing out with Hurricane Irma that they just couldn't wait. The Univision, the Telemundo, the Azteca TV, what else am I leaving out?
Yeah, the calendar.
The CNN, all these, they just couldn't wait. They were so freaking happy. The Mexican Latino Illuminati was so happy, and they're a bunch of fucking Nazis because all of them, all their big stars, like Don Francisco of Sábado Gigante. All right, this guy, his name's Krautzenberger. Kraus means cross in German, and Berger means shepherd. So they put him in the media, the shepherd. Sábado Gigante. And he's over there freaking juggling his models like boobs, and he gets away with all this stuff. His name's Krautzenberger. He's on the fucking Univision, on the Telemundo. Of the Univision, he's got his Illuminati triangle, little hand sign. He's like, sí, pero que no sabes que es climate change?
Yeah.
He doesn't sound that
and he's probably,
queer.
He probably goes as a Jew too, but he's probably a fake Jew. Yeah.
Look. Krautzenberger, whatever, all these, that Christina or whatever, okay, they're all like, climate change. Que no sabe que es climate change? Ay, que feo, ay, Dios mío, pero que climate change, que no ve.
Yeah, and what about all those bitches and the guys?
I'm sick of it.
They were all smiling and they were so happy to be on the TV, like trying to tell the news, like, oh my God, we get America's looking at us now.
Look, they took over.
So famous.
They took over the third world. They took over the third world with sodas. Coca-Cola is a German company. They created Fanta. And now anytime a fucking Mexican has a pastor taco in his homeland, guess what he washes it down with?
Fantastico.
Fanta. Yeah, have a Fanta. No, but they're the ones, look, they're the ones rounding up black people in Houston. You don't even know it. FEMA's like putting bullets in the back of their head like they're Jews. And now they have these hurricanes. They have these hurricanes that like literally hate and are totally racist against freaking Latinos, aka Spics.
Yeah.
They're going after the Puerto
Mexico,
Ricans. They're going after the Mexicans.
Yeah, it's racist. Racist. Didn't you say something how you wanted to go to war with Mexico? I mean, this is kind of it, you know? I mean,
well, whether warfare is clandestine warfare, and it's going on. Look, you didn't see the blue lights that flashed before the first megaquake this September in Mexico. I mean, this is like the sons of God touching down. Okay, literally, it's like freaking aliens are touching down, and they're getting ready to kill us. And I haven't even gotten into the whole doomsday end of the world scenario with Nibiru. Okay,
and that's if you believe Nibiru is a real planet. If you really understand that we're in a firmament, you never fucking saw the planet anyway.
Well, what's intriguing is that they're saying, I mean, it's been discovered in the Bible that they refer to Nibiru as wormwood. Which again, it's like something parasitical, right. Exactly. And all these space microbes that already NASA has admitted that there's alien life and that they are space microbes.
Right, that's true.
And they're trickling down here, but then NASA's also helping them by chemtrail bombing humanity. Well, that's why I'm saying they're a bunch of fucking aliens, man. It's all population control, and population control. Well, they're trying to kill us all, damn it.
They can take the aluminum and barium and have it kind of like stick to it, bacteria. And right after the eclipse, they were supposedly sending out bacteria in a balloon. So, and this is a lot of...
See, the end of the world... Exactly, the end of the world is coming. Nibiru, September 23rd. Planet X.
Penny.
That's what they're saying, Planet X. But I want to get into the theory, see, because it's...
Planet X and Henny Penny.
It's serious stuff here, okay? Because you see what's been going on since the Ouroboros, since the eclipse, which is in Egyptian, it symbolizes this snake eating itself, eating its tail, and that's what we're doing as humanity. We've been eating ourselves, and it's almost like we don't belong here. You see, the Earth is getting ready to just shake us off like a flea, like I said. But look, this is in the Old Testament. If you go to Isaiah, book of Isaiah, chapter 13, it says, "See, the day of the Lord is coming, a cruel day, with wrath and fierce anger, to make the land desolate and destroy the sinners within it. The stars of heaven and their constellations will not show the light. The rising sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light." So, it goes on. I mean, there's literally a constellation. The constellation of Virgo is going on during the same time, and there's this whole thing going on with the 33. Okay, because you see, it's in the Bible. You hear Elohim appear 33 times in Genesis, which is when I mentioned the sons of God, which many researchers believe it's these interdimensional deities that have dominion over man. It could very well be ourselves. But regardless, it's in Scripture. It says here, the solar eclipse occurred in 1918, which is 99 years ago. And there's a lot of information here, folks. I mean, I remember seeing Nibiru in Star Wars. Right? You see Luke Skywalker looking out, and he's looking out from his desert home in Tatooine. He's looking out, he sees Nibiru, he sees the two suns. But, I mean, like I said, it's in the book of Isaiah. And they also mention Elohim. It's mentioned 33 times. States here September 23rd is also 33 days since the solar eclipse. And all this is happening during the Jewish holiday of Rosh Hashanah, which is also the same time what many believe Jesus was put on the cross, right? So this just it goes hand in hand with the book of Revelations. But again, who's behind that? The Mormon. The Mormons that believe in all this alien crap. So I don't know, what are they going to do September 23rd? Are they going to do like a huge major false flag? I mean, also war. The talk of war is in Revelations 13. Again, the beasts that rise out of the ocean with the three heads. That refers to war. You have Iran and North Korea now gunning for the U.S. So you have all these doomsday allegories going on, coinciding with this arrival of this Planet X. And again, the numerologists, Christian numerologists, they're coming out, and some of them are probably just high-level Jesuits trying to fearmonger. But I mean, this is serious. I mean, you see what they're doing. They're using these weather weapons. Literally, the Mexican Illuminati. I mean, guys like this Don Francisco, and then all these other celebrities like Sylvester Stallone and Salma Hayek. I mean, all these pieces of crap are coming out and like, smiling while people are being like blown away. Okay, and it's not just end of times conspiracy crap. I mean, they're saying this is once in 7,000 years, September 23rd. This constellation of Virgo that coincides with Revelations, this verse from Revelations. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with a child, cried, traveling in birth and pained to be delivered. So isn't this some crazy stuff? I mean, my co-host, just gets ejected like, out of her seat into the sky. I don't know. And now she's back. She floated down like a little butterfly. I mean, this Nibiru. So you're saying that Armageddon happens to everybody,
Well,
all the time, but like on
not
certain
every
time.
single body, but in some, I think more people are going to experience devastation, whether it be something with their finances or something with their, legal issues or some kind of an emotional issues or some kind of disease or some kind. I mean, this is like natural, but I mean, now the extent of loss is like,
but then you got Mexico faking a whole bunch of stuff. Like,
they're
shocked by the news of a girl trapped in a rubble that didn't exist. Again, the propaganda. Yeah. They're just letting people die.
It looked like buildings were detonated. We saw buildings like fall like the WT7, total detonation. So there was no really like, earthquake there with me, Well,
this is crazy because they're saying Nibiru orbits the sun every 3,600 years.
Yeah, but they could just be fucking shit up.
So what is this wormwood that's in the Bible, the Old Testament? Wormwood. What is it? We're supposed to be destroyed by wormwood.
Destroyed by... No, No.
Is this a code?
Yeah, you know how it works. It means that's what would save you. Destroyed by it, but meanwhile, that's the shit that'll save you.
I'm also reading that September 23rd, there's a date embedded, a code in the Bible or the pyramid. It's shown in the pyramids of Giza that points to September 23rd.
Oh, well, everybody's getting these super bugs, and I have friends all over the world that have them, from New Zealand to everything from VRE to MRSA. So, I mean, there's so many different ones, and they're very resistant to antibiotics. If you do have it, you could try to hit me up. I have a myriad of remedies for both, and I kind of understand the basis of it. But, it's just... Right now, that's what the thing is that wormwood works very well on superbugs. So you can look it up and look up wormwood and MRSA, you'll see it, or VRE, and that's just like a drug. They call it vidriaxylin.
Says here, Jesus died at the Jewish festival of Passover during the full moon. and it's
I don't know
argued
about
there was
that.
an eclipse by the moon. So, I mean, I'm also looking at these pictures of actual Planet X. These pictures here that show another sun orbiting another small planet or sun-like planet orbiting the sun.
Yeah, you don't know what that is.
And again, the sun doesn't look like it's 93 million miles away, like
No,
NASA
they're
lies
saying
about.
that it's the same size as the moon. Very well could be, and that's how the eclipse happens both ways, the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse, because eventually, given the path, the flat Earth map path, and that's how you should look up things, the system of zigzagging of crisscrossing and zigzagging the sun and the moon, you do get some types of eclipses eventually. You get a solar and you get a lunar. So they can tell this by the shadows that both the moon and the sun cast on each other, so they can tell that around the world, where the location of is the moon, or the sun. So anyway, this is like really not a complicated science, but we make everything so complicated that and you believe it. That's the thing. The more complicated the science is, the more you fucking believe it. It's like, and it could be the biggest lie, like the earth is round. And we live on it's not like a total pancake. It's not like, why don't we fall off the edge of it? It's like there is an edge, there is an outer rim, and you just have to look at those modules, whether they're drawn CGI or even from, hundreds of years. There's been thousands of flat earth maps. So just look at the UN. That should prove it to you. The UN map is a flat earth map. Period. The end. Okay? Why is not every night your sky changing? Why don't I see like the Big Dipper here one night, or the Aquarian, the Pisces another night? All these different but no, everything is like a real pattern, it's like round and around, and it's just like, and it's like a clock. It's like if you take, it's how the clock moves. And we're encased in a firmament. In the firmament, we don't know, Bruce and I can't figure out yet what the sun and the moon is and how its position is in location to the firmament. But, hey, we don't have all the answers. We're learning.
The firmament is in the Bible,
Yeah.
and Nibiru is in the Bible. Hell, it's in Scooby-Doo.
And the stars.
They talk about Nibiru in Scooby-Doo.
And the stars nobody ever went to. And that's the thing. Nobody ever went to a star. And we never have plans to go to one. So we don't even know if they're in the firmament or outside of it. Maybe they're a bunch of fucking eyes and lights, like lights, camera, action. They're just spying on us, and they're just, I don't know. I have no idea what it is, So we don't know. They can lie to you all they want. It's a ball of gas, but you can look it up and try to figure it out. But there's not a whole lot of information on stars. So you could, and if it's outside of the firmament, and they say that there's water outside of the firmament, and these lights are emulating, even though they're stasis, they're constant. They always stay the same, but they have different patterns, and even on a
Okay, this is an end of the world show, not a flat Earth show.
Yeah, well, I was going to get to Lucifer, right? Because that's what you're talking about, right? And then you have the telescope right here in Arizona, looking at these stars and moons in there, Anyway, so that's the thing. Who's controlling everything? Is the Vatican? They're making the decision. Is that why Bergoglio, the Pope, has a black eye?
They have codes. Yeah, exactly. They have codes in all their false doctrines, like their New Testament. People are putting them through decoders and finding all sorts of apocalyptic messages, like Andreas and the sudden destruction, and earthquake, and the highway, and great possessions, and sand. You see, they're putting their scriptures, even the Old Testament, the Matrix. They put it through this old.
I know what it is.
This decoder in a computer program.
They do it. The Old Testament is basically so every letter in Hebrew.
You see,
really
San Andreas is showing up. Earthquake, 210. This is just apocalyptic stuff that
they do that with
doing.
Hebrew things, Bruce, because it's easy with numbers and letters that they both because it's the Hebrew letters are the same as Hebrew numbers. So you have to decipher it so you can switch it back and forth. So they find a lot of messages like that. I don't know.
But really, we are at the end of the world because you see the occultists in California. I mean, they're siding with Kim Jong-un. You hear that? I mean, it's right out of Revelations 13. Right here, the apocalypse.
A piggy pedophile.
They're siding. Hollywood is siding with what they're stating now is a freaking pedophile. He's got like a Korean Pizzagate.
Wasn't the Secretary of State called Theo Young-ho?
All these libtards are siding with Kim Jong-un over our president. It's unbelievable.
They're losers.
I mean, I know I called Trump some things the other week, but that's because I was upset about him having Chinese food with hashtag Chuck and Nancy. But, at the end of the day, I mean, it's not Trump who's doing anything. He's not in control. He's just you can just complain to him about your soggy burger and how they didn't put extra pickles in your burger, but he's not running the burger joint.
There's a lot of corporations that have been in America a whole lot longer than him. He even has one, but it's a small one comparatively to Exxon or anything, even McDonald's. I mean, there's companies like Walmart. You know what I'm saying? They run America like this. Major ass fucking company. We're all, a conglomerate of a lot of monopolies.
Anyway, this company isn't going to last long because it's the end of the freaking world, okay? And Wormwood is a star or an angel that appears in the book of Revelation. That's what they say Wormwood is, besides the parasite killer that you drink. Yeah, that's what's supposed to just knock us out. So this is the last broadcast because we won't be here tomorrow. So, if you got money, it's going to be useless. Make sure you have a lot of bullets and, you keep your family where you can see them because the shit's about to hit the fan. We've been telling you, but it's been hitting the fan. All September long, it's been hitting the fan. Okay? Disaster after disaster. I don't need no David fucking Meade or whoever they're saying, whoever they're saying, oh, this guy's probably going to start talking about the rapture next. But, this is serious stuff. Okay? I'm trying to dip my Apple iPhone in honey for Rosh Hashanah, but I have to worry about Wormwood destroying us all. Wormwood. Okay? I mean, this is serious shit. Okay? See, here, this is stuff right out of the Bible, right out of Luke 21, 25, 26. There will be signs in the sun and moon and stars on the earth. Nations will be in anguish and the perplexity at the roaring and tossing of the sea. People will faint from terror, apprehensive of what is to come on the world, for the heavenly bodies will be shaken. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Hear this? It says here that the eclipse was August 21st. Hurricane Harvey hit Texas on the 25th and flooded Houston on the 26th. So there you have Luke 25, 25 and 26 and 21. Did you see that? So that, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this isn't just mumbo jumbo. NASA said if Nibiru or Planet X were real and headed for Earth, astronomers would have been tracking it for at least the past decade. Well, what the hell do they call the black sun, or why do they worship Saturn so much, right? I mean, what the hell is Nibiru? They just call it wormwood. I mean, I saw it in freaking Star Wars. As a matter of fact, it does exist in Star Wars. You go to the Wikipedia of Star Wars, it says here, Nibiru is a forest world, or a large lake. But, again, since the solar eclipse, it seems as if we have been spiraling into hell. Now, I said that Ouroboros could have been a sign of infinity or a good sign, but it seems that the sons of God are tired of the position that humanity has on the planet. It says here, reading from the Daily Star, when the eclipse begins on the 21st, the sun will be dark just as Isaiah predicts. So in the Old Testament, the moon involved is called a black moon. These occur about every 33 months. In the Bible, the divine name of Elohim appears 33 times in Genesis. Again, that's Masonic. The eclipse will start in Lincoln Beach, Oregon, the 33rd state. The end of the 33rd degree, Charleston. It ended on the 33rd degree of Charleston, South Carolina. Such a solar eclipse had not occurred since 1918, which is 99 years or 33 times 3. That's what I was referring to earlier. I mean, this is crazy. You hear that? How many 33s am I throwing out there? Was it Will Chamberlain, 33? I mean, this is crazy. So Nibiru's coming. And I'm asking people on my Facebook. I was going around. I was asking, Nibiru is coming. And, people are saying, okay, well, if that's it, if we're all going to go kaput, then I might as well be partying. So I might as well be partying if we're all going to freaking go to hell by tomorrow. September 23rd. Supposed to be the final day of humanity. Again, we're brought to our knees by wormwood. Wormwood. Unbelievable. So I tweeted, is the world going to end? On Facebook, with those new little, bright little Facebook pictures, the picture backgrounds, right? Or just the color backgrounds. Is the world going to end on September 23rd? And people are going crazy. People are going crazy. Is Nibiru Planet X is coming? Oh, no, it's not. Or maybe. Or it's on its way. Or who knows. Or we're all fucked. Or let's just go party. That's what is going on, folks. We should just pop a couple of bottles and party. Party, 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 party hardy. That's what we should do, because Planet X is coming, and I mean, we could all be mincemeat by tomorrow. I mean, if we wake up tomorrow and we're still alive, then we're still alive. We're not dead. What do you think of that? We're not dead. We're still alive if we wake up tomorrow. You got to think about it, folks. We're entering the age of Aquarius. The Bible mentions this stuff in Isaiah, the Old Testament. The Bible mentions Nibiru as wormwood. Now, this is just crazy stuff. Meanwhile, Kim Jong-un is calling Trump a dotard. Calling him a dotard. And all the libtards love it. Because he's calling him an old barking senile dog. That's what dotard means to that fat fuck. Or whatever fat guy in a CIA suit is running Kim Jong-un. Anyway, how about that Hillary, huh? She's so pathetic, that loser. Oh my God, I agree with Tim Allen when he says that she's like herpes. Huh? She's like herpes. Really, so pathetic. We're so tired of her freaking lies. Now she's selling her lies at Costco by the milk aisle. Calling the milk racist. Now she's calling it the Pass the Blame Tour at Costco. Oh, God. Really. More like Pass the Herpes. Hashtag Herpes Hillary. I love it. Don't you love when Twitter starts trending stuff like that? Hashtag Herpes Hillary. I'm telling you, she is like herpes. She itches like hell. She's irritating as hell. And she won't go away no matter how hard you scratch or how much ointment you put on it. She's herpes. She's herpes, folks. Meanwhile, I got the TV on. I got CNN on. Nothing but destruction. 24/7. Destruction porn. And you got Hurricane Maria bloopers. I'm watching some dumbass. This tragic dumbass. This Puerto Rican trying to hold up his his work truck, some shitty truck, and the truck gets flipped over and smashes him. He's trying to like hold his truck up from like being flipped over, and it just flips over. The Hurricane Maria flips it and smashes him to death. Like it's like just splat, half of his body. His freaking guts all over the place, blood all over the place. And it's like Hurricane Maria bloopers. Seriously, it has. It shows people. They're trying to walk during the hurricane. They're being flung all over the place, or they're trying to run during the hurricane. They get thrown in a bush, or people on motorcycles flying off their motorcycles. People falling all over the place. Just destruction porn. CNN loves it. Freaking Don Francisco of Sábado Gigante loves this shit. Are you kidding me? I love it. I tell you, you just gotta go and watch this stuff. I mean, the Quades. Watch the what is it? Category 7. And the day after tomorrow. It's got Quades in it, and it shows you how the world's gonna end. Maybe you got Masons flipping the dollar all funny, and they said they found the Marathon Arch. Kind of looks like the arch the Mexicans have. But then it also looks like a freaking huge bomb. And that's what, King Kong Trump and Kim Jong-un Zilla are tussling over. They're not on the Empire State Building. They're like tussling on a huge-ass bomb as it's falling to kill us all. And, in the name of Wormwood. Anyway, CNN, Univision, Telemundo, it's clear. CNN, they're all owned by the freaking Nazis. And the Red Cross out there, I don't know how I was so stupid to go on there and actually tell you guys to give to the Red Cross. Because what is a Red Cross? The Red Shield, the Knights Templar, the Rothschild. I mean, they're just stealing left and right. They don't give a damn. They're letting these people just breathe rubble or just float out into the ocean and get eaten by sharks. They're not rescuing them. They're putting them in FEMA camps. They're fucking putting bullets in the back of their head. And they're, embezzling all the Red Cross money. I mean, these sick fucking bastards. What do you think about that, Jaja? I mean, all the embezzling and what's going on with this Red Cross. I mean, I just want to give a public apology for even aligning myself. I wanted to do something, just like many Americans, we get bamboozled. They're like, oh, what can I do to help? Well, maybe the Red Cross. But I should have known, just that the symbolism's right there. Knights, freaking Malta, Red Cross, Red Shield, Rothschild, greedy sons of bitches just taking, if you give them $10, they take $9.20 and then give the rest to whoever's running their party in Houston that's not helping anyone. They just, CNN was just lying. They're out there with Anderson Cooper on a little boat trying to help people out of the water. That was just a bunch of crisis actors. Bullshit. They're letting the bodies flow out into the freaking ocean, get eaten by sharks. These people don't care. The government doesn't care about you. They want you dead. And I'm freaking sorry that we said go to the Red Cross because it's the Rothschilds embezzling all the fucking money.
Yeah, the Rothschild double cross. Yeah, I don't know. They heard that they weren't really giving the money, and I don't know what's happening with those FEMA camps. It's really scary, and I hope that those reports aren't really true. That people aren't really disappeared. Just keep a vigil, and just hopefully people aren't disappearing. That's all that you can hope for. That it's just a lot of hooey.
Hopefully we don't disappear tomorrow on the 23rd.
No.
You heard all the biblical mumbo jumbo I threw out there?
I think all the time, can anything happen with Tucson? I mean, we're in a fucking city. I mean, everybody wants to...
Well, in the I Am America map, we survived.
It doesn't mean that your place doesn't get fucking flooded out a few times. So I don't really trust them for anything. But we are in a military town, but I don't really know what... I don't think people are going to want their own family. This is military... Air Force and their kids and their kids and their kids' kids, and they don't want their whole family fucking.
That's why there's a lot of these militia people and former military people leaking out and at the forefront, leaking out the agenda of these psychopathical fiends that are literally flushing humanity down a giant freaking toilet.
It looks bad. Just look at Puerto Rico. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody knows what's going on.
Oh no, just look at they care about the guy from Sábado Gigante, some fucking Nazi Krausenberger. Okay, he's over there talking about climate change. All of them, Daddy Yankee, all of them. Oh, naturaleza desastre. Yeah, right. No, you freaking punk ass sons of bitches over there. They're the faggotiest reporters. Talking about, pero que no ves que es el climate change that's going on? That's the climate change.
And those FEMA equipments are really fucking gross and scary. And they also have a FEMA barge, and it looks like a maritime law portable prison and they were trying to invite people who were homeless to live on this FEMA barge.
And CNN is really beating a dead horse with this coverage, right? They just keep showing these idiots passing buckets around and just like a bunch of people staring at the camera, smiling from far away.
Isn't that weird?
Putting toilet paper in a bag, and they're like smiling and taking their time to like help. I mean, really? And I even saw some of these volunteers in Mexico on their work helmets. They have like Illuminati triangle, little Illuminati triangles on their work helmets.
That's creepy. And you saw Skull and Bones too.
Yeah, they had St. Pauli, St. Paul. Again, what is it, like some Jesuit references there going on? I mean, the Skull and Bones. Yeah, I mean, these are some real motherfucking G's that are controlling the weather. And, we're dancing with the devil on the eve of Armageddon, folks.
That we are, Bruce. We don't really know where we're going, but, try to keep...
Okay, my pineal gland is, like, shining, okay? My antenna to God is, like, totally, like a receptor, totally in tune with God, okay? I have the They Live glasses, I can see, okay? He is nurturing my thirst through the desert as I'm wandering, and literally, like I said, we're on the verge of Armageddon. Okay, you have these monsters, invisible monsters in the form of these weather superstorms that are going on, and literally just killing people left and right. I mean, September, we've lost so many people in September. And, it doesn't cost anything to listen to me and mobilize. But I tell you what, to keep us on air, it does cost... to keep us on air, I have to pay the station fees. And, I like to sell a product and make products with my own hands. And I like to sell them with my own words. And again, it costs nothing to listen, but our products do cost a little bit, but they look luxurious. And at a time like this, I mean, in the Egyptian times, they always had jewelry. Jewelry. Since when do people just say, I think I have enough jewelry?
Yeah, Bruce. Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, people,
take it. Come in.
People, we have like the most awesome tribal type jewelry. So Bruce was talking about primitive or something, it's ancient Egypt and these cultures that are like pre-Columbian. We have a whole line called conceptual subculture that's done without any heat so far. No, I mean, we do use bezels and stuff, but not right this second. So you should take a look at it, because we're doing pushing every kind of technique that one can do without having to put heat on metal. So, there's a lot of dangerous elements to making jewelry. I mean, just think about it. You have the torch and the gas.
Well, we have the repoussé method, a method that was used to make the Statue of Liberty. I mean, we do repoussé jewelry, one of a kind. What?
We don't do actual repoussé with our hands. Okay, so that's a very special technique.
The kind of technique that
we don't say that we do, because we don't. We have stuff that was made originally with a simulated repoussé, and we repurpose things that are repoussé. And I do have an embossing situation that gives a very very dimensional repoussé type look. It could almost fool people that it is repoussé as well.
Anyway, you can find some of this beautiful, one-of-a-kind, stunning jewelry at Facebook, and I could post all sorts of beautiful bracelets and cuffs and earrings now because Mark Hammer and Sickleberg lifted my ban from Facebook, so now I could get back on at Conceptual Subculture, at Antique Obsessions, and you can find us there too, and find links to our eBay and our Etsy stores, and again, it's at Antique Obsessions, at Conceptual Subculture.
Actually, I got a message before from Facebook that I should start selling on Shopify. I have to look into it a little bit more. We can actually sell our pieces right there on Facebook. So I'll think about it. I don't know what they take, or I don't know if I want to put my personal information in there. Plug it in with my system there. I don't really know if I trust them like that. So, but for now, let's go.
Oh no! I mean, they're saying that the Russians interfered with ballots. What the fuck does Facebook ads have to do with ballots and the Russians and our election? I mean, it's just batshit crazy.
Yeah, it's too weird for me, to have my personality, being a rapper, and then being an artist, a photographer, Janine Gordon. So I don't really want to have my full personality and then start selling things on that platform and then looking at my quotes of the day. It's just or sharing some how to cure cancer shit. I really, it's so stupid. And nobody really looks at your page anymore. None of my friends are on. They're not fucking around on Facebook.
Facebook is the freaking granddaddy of all social media. Anyway, speaking of grandfathers, Trump's a grandfather, and he's also standing up for this country. I gotta give it up to him. He went to the UN with the flat Earth map behind him, and he went there, and he really represented not just the United States, but Israel in front of all those Marxist, Jew-hating bastards. He went up there and he said, "Hey, you're not fucking with Israel anymore." And he's got this real affinity for calling Kim Jong-un Rocket Man. I mean, what does he really love that song, Rocket Man? Rocket Man! He loves that freaking song.
That Elton John shit.
That's what gets him high. Elton John. He doesn't need to smoke the reefer. He listens to Elton John. But you need to smoke the reefer even during the show.
That's right. And let me tell you that if you look at all those flat Earth videos, they talk about that. They make fun of that whole rocket thing because it's the rocket is going up past the firmament, and that nigga can't even get it halfway there probably.
No, but really, it's when I saw Trump up there, it was he was giving a speech and it was going to trigger something out of that Matthew Broderick 1980s movie Wargames, and we were all just going to start nuking the shit out of each other. And that map that they show a flat Earth map in Wargames, and in that. During the simulation where it shows all these rockets supposedly flying out to destroy the world on this flat Earth map during the movie, it looks like the rockets emanate or begin firing from what looks like North Korea in that movie War Game.
Yeah, but it can only go so far, and that Kim Jong-un.
He said he was totally going to destroy North Korea. And called him Rocket Man. I mean, he went up there and literally, this is right out of the freaking Bible. He's calling for total war at the UN. But it's okay because you should call for war at the UN because there are a bunch of Marxist bastards anyway.
Why don't you tell the story about the poor little kids that couldn't eat?
Well, we're watching CNN. And they're showing these kids in North Korea again trying to scare your pants off about North Korea and these... the kids are just bloodthirsty killers. Meanwhile, they look normal to me. And CNN's just narrating they're super evil. But they show these kids that look like emaciated alley cats. And they look like they haven't eaten or they've been getting raped instead of eating. Which the word's coming out that Kim Jong-un is a cult leader. He's like Warren Jeffs. He's like fucking David Koresh. He's running North Korea like a fucking, a cult. Anyway, these kids on CNN, they look like they've been getting fucked instead of fed. And they put all this food in front of them. It's the Supreme Leader has been good to me. He's provided this meal for me. and on my birthday. Meanwhile, the kid doesn't look like he's eating or going to be allowed to eat.
And if he did eat, he looked like they were going to
They'll shoot him.
Yeah, kill him.
They would shoot him on the spot if he even touched one of those dumplings, because all those are reserved for the supreme fat ass Kim Jong-dong that was probably neutralized during the interview movie, with Seth Rogen and the Obama administration. Literally, they went in there and I don't want to give Obama credit for nothing, but his administration probably took out Kim Jong-un a long time ago, and now what you're dealing with in North Korea is a rogue CIA phantom fucking menace over there.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. But although I don't know. We don't know if he's still alive. But and if he was alive, and I know China's now they're putting sanctions on North Korea, so that's at least good, but we don't really know what's going on there. There is a crazy, psychotic police state, and they're fascist, and they're starved, so they'll do anything for a piece of happy cheeseburger.
If Trump does totally destroy North Korea, I hope he's at least able to get out the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Because, they got those neutron bombs that could just kill people. They don't blow up the buildings, but at least get the freaking kids out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to say that. That one lady, she was screaming, well, I would like to go to America and talk to an American and ask them, how could you do this to us and hate us so much and do what you do to us? And that's what she said it in the present tense, like,
right.
Do what you do to us. Well, what have you been? What are they being told that we do to them? That's insanity. I mean, it was just pure Warren Jeff's like LDS, Latter-day Saints kind of fucking polygamous.
And that's exactly what this Revelation 13, the September 23rd, is all about. It's like some Revelation 13. Hey, you're all gonna die, and I'm your savior. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only one that can save you.
We're not bank.
No, we're all fucked. Okay, we're all fucked. And Wormwood is just gonna destroy us all.
That will save you. You see, that's what you're lying.
No, I'm not lying.
They say
Nibiru, a.k.a. Wormwood, is supposed to kill us.
No,
that's what's coming to kill us.
That's what they're telling you, but that's not the truth. Don't say that.
Okay, well, you tell the truth.
Yeah, if you take
because all this biblical stuff, I went down the rabbit hole, and now I'm like the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland.
No, you just...
Excuse me, I'm like the fucking rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, and I'm sitting next to Sigmund Freud, and he's giving me fucking therapy. Now, you tell me what you think Wormwood is, Missy.
Well, it is only one thing. It's exactly what I said. It kills superbugs. It kills superbugs, and it kills parasites. So it's an herb. It's bitter. I think you can't take it more than like 5 weeks or something like that in a row. But it should do its job. If you really do want a good parasite cleanse, though, you need cloves and black walnut. And that's always very good for your for parasites.
Well, no amount of clove or black walnut is going to restore Puerto Rico or Mexico or the state of emergency that they're in. They have no electricity. They're in complete darkness. And... they're in complete darkness, and it's just unbelievable. Meanwhile, all the Latinos are watching Don Francisco tell them that it's fucking climate change. You know, the Nazis, they went into Argentina and Chile, they set up their media there, and it's just unbelievable. Climate change, really. And it's, after watching all these fucking Randy Quaid and Dennis Quaid movies, you can't blame me for thinking that it's going to be the end of the world tomorrow. It really is. Regardless of that, folks, we're scheduled to be on Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's 9 p.m. Mountain Time. Yeah, it's Eastern on Fridays. But we're on TalkStream Live. Again, we're one of the top Power 50 shows streamed on TalkStream Live, the Bruce Montalvo Show. You can follow us at Twitter, on Facebook, because Hammer and Sickleberg lets me post again. So you can follow me at the Bruce Montalvo Show, at Bruce Montalvo on Twitter, the Bruce Montalvo Show. You can subscribe on YouTube. And Exposed News is getting a facelift. It should be up and running by 2018. That is, if we don't die tomorrow during Nibiru, aka wormwood. So again, I'm just gonna drink some wormwood because this is again a parasitical kind of allegory. So I should just drink some wormwood. We should all just drink some wormwood because NASA, since the eclipse, has been putting up giant balloons with all sorts of parasites and super bugs, and they're chemtrailing us and chemtrail bombing us, and you see what's going on with all these hurricanes.
So while you're looking up for Nibiru, you're looking up you're getting the bacteria up your nose and your lungs, and then the superbugs live up your nose, so you have to decolonize your nose.
Okay, this isn't horse hockey, folks. You must tally forth and mobilize. I mean, you must protect yourself from these super bugs and everything they're spraying in the atmosphere. I mean, there's literal space fence of parasites. Really? Did you notice how everyone on CNN, okay, the Spanish CNN, okay, they're over there giving the little Illuminati hand signs all the time? I mean, they know what's happening. They're over there. They're just like, they're whores. Really. So, again, just like preying on our emotions like reptilians. In Spanish or English, folks. Anyway, you've been listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show. This is the last show that I'm probably ever going to do because...
He's kidding.
We're all going to die tomorrow. So I'll tell you what, if you Nazis are out there, you think you're going to, if I survive Nibiru, okay, you think you're going to take me out, you better have like 9 Nazis with guns if you want to fuck with me. Because that's the kind of guy I am. And my co-host, she's like the hot leg lamp from a Christmas story. Yeah, but I don't know if we're going to make it to Christmas. Because again, we're all supposed to die. I mean, they're shooting up lasers into the sky, creating hurricanes, whatever the hell they want. And they could like steer them into your house and kill you. They'll follow you and kill you.
Maybe the Bangladeshis are dying. Maybe certain. You're talking about some Latino.
Ay, ya, pero que no entiende. Cállese, por favor, que no entiende que le estoy diciendo que
Cállate.
Ese climate change. No me deja hablar. Es mi show, no es tu show. Es el climate change que está haciendo todo este ciclone que no ve. That's my best gay Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
That's Hurricane Maria.
It's coming, and you see it is.
That's what Hurricane Maria sounds like. I'm being racist. Ay, ya, que no entiende que soy racist.
Te gustan países latinas. Yeah, so it loves the Latin American countries.
Oh yeah, it loves to fuck them right up the ass.
Yeah.
It's crushing.
So went to the Spanish-speaking.
Crushing all the Haitians, the Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, it's amazing because...
Earthquakes and tidal waves, they can't save us all from Californication. We're all going to hell.
So, basically, unless you're, like, Spanish-speaking, then the, maybe the Mexican Mayan calendar really had to do with the Puerto Ricans.
Or what happened in Mexico, the earthquake in Mexico, again, when the Mayan, it's not the Aztec calendar, it's a Mayan calendar, when that was thought up of, I mean, the monks and the sages that came after the Aztecs, I mean, they couldn't calculate how many thousands of years they were off on this or that, or 100 years off. So they said it was going to be 2012. They keep saying, oh, Nibiru's coming this year. They got the dates off.
Yeah. Okay,
because, again, those people that were coming up with the calendars back there, they're probably drunk out of their minds. And then how are they going to calculate for thousands of years? I mean, they probably made up some of the shit. But again, it's just eerie. I went through the numerology. I went through the meanings. And, I mean, you don't have to go through all this and be like a scholar on the Torah. Just since September 1st, humanity has been on non-stop and total onslaught. Like if we're being destroyed by outside force. That is now inside.
Y la esperanza. Entra la desesperación y la esperanza. Look at that. En vivo, CNN. And that's what they want.
Oh, these people are protesting. These people are protesting that they're doing nothing to dig up their their loved ones, that they're just letting them die. So again, I expect Peña Nieto to kill all these people off pretty soon.
Oh yeah. And so none of these are crisis actors. You can guarantee that. I mean, we don't know what's going on. We are trying to decipher the real news from the fake news. The cover-ups, there's obviously lots of cover-ups because you're not hearing about Puerto Rico. These people are without power. We know that there's a lot of lawlessness that goes on when there's no power, and it's going to be 3 months. So these
well, you saw all the Adidas and the Air Jordans they were stealing. All the
in Florida, and those people are crazy, and they were already in shambles. So they really are in Shantytown. They already had their nukes in that little island that was over there that they were experimenting all. They were always fucking with Puerto Rico. Vieques is called, and they had cancer, and there was a whole island that they were doing, leaving depleted uranium on it, and the people around on the island got. On Vieques, they got very, very sick. They had cancer, so they don't give a fuck.
You saw what happened in Japan. Now Japan's having earthquakes right by Fukushima, so the radiation from Fukushima's already destroyed the world. Like how many times over again? How many times over again as
that song
Fukushima?
More Chiba Chiba is on is one of my
just shamelessly promote yourself.
Well, you want to hear.
No, I want to hear the new stuff. That's like old school.
It's alright. It's still fucking great as hell.
Well, you know what? It might as well. You don't even come out with the album because we're all going to be dead tomorrow.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
We'll see how much
so you just gave everybody blue balls. Oh, my damage control. But guess what? There's no damage control because we're all going to die tomorrow because Nibiru is going to kill us all. Have you seen what it's been doing? How many people are dead in Mexico? The body count is probably like 1,000 dead. Puerto Rico, they're not even telling you. They're just dead.
Inminente ruptura de la presa de Oaxaca.
Please don't read. This is an English-speaking show. We read.
But we have got CNN on, and there was some stuff going on.
CNN. That's what I'm calling it. Anyway, folks, just go watch Wargames because any minute now we could all just nuke ourselves, and then Nibiru is just going to be the last, final fuck you round to humanity, to the back of humanity's skull. So, that's right. We'll be back. No, we won't. We'll be dead. We'll see. See you guys in hell. Bye.